The legal battle for my life began when I was 2. The same year my parents divorced. My mother fell into the grip of substance abuse, alcohol, and, I suspect, drugs, leaving my father with full custody. For 8 years, she was a visitor I saw every other weekend. But when I turned 10, she claimed she had found stability and fought for shared custody. Those years were a blur of stress. I never truly bonded with her. She had a way of making me feel like an unloved guest in her home. By the time she married her current husband when I was 12, I was already relying on therapy to cope with the tension. Her husband is the most volatile person I have ever known. He is a man of explosive, unpredictable rage. He once hurled slurs at me simply because he disliked my outfit. Another time, he rifled through my belongings to see what I had brought from my father's house. His venom peaked when my father filed a legal order for my mother to pay her court-ordered child support. Enraged that their money was being spent on my expenses, he threatened to break into my father's home, steal his belongings, and desecrate his bed. He was the kind of man who had the police called on him just for screaming at neighbors. Last October, the court finally saw the chaos for what it was. My father was granted full custody again. Now, my only contact with her is 3 hours of mandated phone calls each week. She uses that time to guilt me. She laments that I told the judge the truth about her household. She constantly pushes me to acknowledge her other children, the 3 she had with that man, as my siblings. But to me, they are strangers born of a life I wanted no part of. I don't mention them at school, and I don't consider them my family. During our last call, the tension snapped. She tried to force a conversation about the children, telling me I should want to protect them from the unhappiness and chaos of her home. I don't want to talk about them, I told her firmly, and I don't want to hear about how bad things are at your house. The truth is cold, but it's my reality. I don't feel responsible for them. She chose to build a life with a dangerous man. She chose to bring children into that environment. When she insisted I should be willing to talk about our family, I corrected her. I don't want to talk about your family. I said, you made this mess. You can deal with it without me. Am I the asshole for setting this boundary? I am 16 years old, finally safe, and I refuse to be the emotional support system for a life my mother chose to lead.